All right, we are live. Good morning from Coffee Club right here, and we're back at the studio. Bradley Gilbert. It is a wonderful Wednesday. Is my co-host this morning. Good morning, Bradley.
Good morning, Becky.
A little different week. Last week, we woke up and we actually had our morning coffee club at this fair.
Yes.
Fun.
That's always fun.
Always fun. What beautiful weather we had.
Yeah, I mean, it was Chamber of Commerce weather for
Absolutely.
Washington County Fair last week. So.
For sure.
Yeah. And I think a couple of people were like, "Oh, it's hot, but it's supposed to be."
Yeah.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But they have such good ventilation, and there's shade up there, and there's breeze blowing.
Misters, the
new misters.
Misters or misty misters. Misting, I think.
Misting machines.
Misting machines. Mr. Machines.
Yeah.
I ran through that Mr. Machine several times.
Excuse me, mister, you're in my misting machine. But yeah, no, so that's a great welcome addition. And so, beautiful time.
And it just happened that they were by the cinnamon rolls. You're misting and cinnamon rolls. I mean, does life get any better?
It really does not. It really doesn't. So yeah.
Well played.
Yeah.
So anyway, we are back at the studio here this morning, and we'll thank our sponsors. I'm gonna get straight here. Let's see. We have, of course, Walmart, wonderful sponsors. We also have Salem Crossing, Meadowview, Dr. Mindy Gunn, and El Camino's Restaurant, and of course, Fox Pearly Wealth Management. Thank you to our great sponsors. And we are very proud of them. We're on to the 29th day of June. Do you realize, Brad, how the end of June?
Yeah, I know. We were just talking before we came on there. It's like it does not seem like, July 4th is around the corner. So
yeah, I thought we had another week in between.
Yeah.
Who did this?
I was kind of the same.
Where's that other week? Isn't there another week? And we need one more padded week, right?
Yeah.
One more padded week. All right, we're on to the 29th day. Today is Feast of Saints Peter and Paul. Ooh, we need to have a big feast. If we had a big table laid out, like, how like you go back and you think about like seeing like the big feast, like big ham, turkey, all of that, right?
Yeah.
And then like fruit, and I keep thinking
like a Henry VIII.
That's what I was
on a big wood table. That's
turkey leg.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We need to do that, Brian. Okay.
I'm down.
Could we have that done by lunch, you think?
Well, dinner maybe.
Hug holiday.
Okay.
Are you a hugger? You're a little prickly.
Well, in reality, most from a professional standpoint, from a work standpoint, an HR guy, you're not a hugger.
I know. Well, and that's true. Yeah. And it's kind of like because I'm a hugger, okay, but it's not always accepted. You're right. Yeah, you have to be careful. Yeah.
But in my normal life,
yeah, I
normal life, my abnormal.
When you don't have your cape on.
Yeah.
When you have your cape on, you're not hugging. You're a little prickly. When
HR crimes.
Yeah. You're prickly. But when
that's why I don't ever get invited to the meetings.
All right. This is Hug Holiday. Okay, so hug it up.
So absolutely.
Just be careful. Be careful.
Yes.
If you went to hug someone and it wasn't received well, you know what I mean?
Well, I've been one that someone just like out of the blue, just like, oh, wait, we're hugging.
We're hugging.
Oh, wait. Not that that's a bad thing, but when it catches you off guard, you're like, because
it's awkward sometimes. It's like an awkward hug. You know what I mean? Like, and there's different hugs. You know what I mean? Yes. You have the side hug. You have the front hug.
Yes.
Which usually the safer one's a side hug.
Yes.
You don't.
Yes. And that is actually, I went to a meeting that was nothing but 35 HR people for the company I work for, right?
Oh, what a joy.
So, but the funny thing about it was, it's like at those types of things when it's just us, you know, they're all huggers, but they're side huggers, and it's just like side hug.
Yeah, side hug.
But it's just so funny to see normally, like, no, all these HR people hugging. I just think that it was just kind of funny.
Well, and then we were talking about this too, like, okay, and then you have the kiss on the cheek. Mm-hmm. People do that too, and that's a greeting. No. From an HR, does that make you even nervous that I'm saying that?
I mean, is
that just cringing?
Yeah, I suddenly was just like,
oh no, she didn't.
Oh,
where
no,
is she?
No.
No, but like the kiss on the cheek greeting,
yes,
and that's tradition, right?
Yes.
And that happens. And actually, at the Derby, I was there on the red carpet, and it was an actor, and I'm not going to say his name, but he like kissed on the cheek. Mm-hmm. And I think it was a greeting. It wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't, can I get your number?
No, that is.
It was a greeting.
That's absolutely.
So you have that too.
And there's parts of the U.S. that do a kiss on the cheek for a greeting too, more than we do sometimes, and as friendly as the Midwest is.
Yeah.
There's just some places that's what they do.
Yeah.
But that we were talking about the kiss, the kiss greeting. It's just like you're talking about. Have you ever like misread body language and you lean in for the hug and they're just like, I'm going back to the hug thing. Where they're like, oh no, I wouldn't try to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they kind of move and they lean and you think, oh, you're gonna, and then you go to even do a side hug and they're just like, oh, and then you're like that person that's like, oh,
yeah.
It's like, but your body language said it's not my fault.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it's not my fault. You looked like we were side hugging.
Oops. So like in your like HR book, is there like a whole chapter for just all of this?
There's chapters.
Oh, chapters. Oh, I would have to think that because like I can see like at work, like if you like hit your mark, like let's say that you and you do that all the time, or let's say online groceries. Okay, they really hit it hard and they turned out all these numbers and got everybody taken care of, and it's getting towards the end, and you made and when you've done a good thing and you feel good and give a big hug.
Yes. No, that's not. No. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
You're shaking your head. I'm like, I see a hug coming.
You're like, you're shaking your head. Yes.
Oh, there's a hug coming.
No.
There's a hug coming.
No.
Right? No, when you get excited.
Especially during the pandemic, do an air high five, which I know those are kind of lame. But a fist bump. When in doubt, put your fist out, and then you'll know if they're comfortable even doing that, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
You're golden.
Yeah. Or remember the elbow, like the elbow too. People were elbowing it. They were elbowing. I know,
and
I bet you have a little chapter for something about elbow.
I was never advocating.
That's almost like a chicken, like you're doing the chicken dance or something. Yeah. The elbow. Yeah.
Well, you think a lot of times of someone elbowing somebody in a negative way.
Yeah. Did you see that in the news where she was going to take the phone and she elbowed the little girl out? That's so horrible. You don't elbow somebody.
No. I mean,
from an HR point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but so hug day in your personal life, absolutely.
Yeah.
At work,
yeah.
Maybe think about it.
Yeah.
Pause. Wait 3 seconds and say, is this really a good idea? Is there another way I can handle this situation?
Boy, if we stopped and think, a little bit.
Stop. I know sometimes.
But sometimes when you're in that moment,
you're in that moment.
I know you're so excited or something. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So So
I do have people that kid me because they'll come up to me and they'll be like, "Oh, give me a hug." It's just like, "Oh, watch him, he runs."
Well, you know that
I'll shut my door to my office and lock it.
Okay. Do you remember when public service used to have like so many days without injury? This is so many days without Brad having a hug. They have a chart back there.
Oh, they do.
Right? Yeah. So many days without Brad having a hug. All right. This is also this is good. National Almond Butter Crunch Day.
Oh,
I could do that. Yeah.
Yes. I'm down for that.
Yeah. National Camera Day. I don't think we have. I mean, I do have a nice camera, but I think that we are using our phones more often. Don't you think?
Well, yeah, and I think our phones actually take. There's a lot of phones out there that take different brands that take great pictures.
Actually, better sometimes. Yeah. National Parchment Paper Day.
Well, that's associated with baking. So
yes,
that's a good.
It's showing cookies here. Love that. Yeah. National Waffle Iron Day, and they have some really cute ones. I'm a pancake girl, but the waffle iron they have like I have a Baby Yoda or it's Baby Yoda. I'm trying to remember what else they have. They're all different kinds,
And that's I'm like you. I'm a but waffles, it depends on the recipe of the batter.
I'm thinking of Shrek. Ooh, we're making waffles.
Yeah. So
So get out and enjoy for sure. And if you make any of the feast stuff, please call Brad and I. Okay, we will be available for that. Yes. And
on a moment's notice.
we will be there. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, so coming up on the 4th, Brad and I we're going to be actually broadcasting live the actual Pekin 4th parade. I'm excited about that.
I'm excited. That is exciting. And they do such an amazing job down there, and it's been such a tradition. And as the years have gone by, they've got folks that were involved for many, many years and their experience and expertise, and they got, new, not brand new novices, but they've got the next generations, and it's slowly being passed down. But they get the importance and the thing of, and just who else has bragging rights that we get to broadcast live, and thanks to WSLM for letting me tag along for this. I love it. The longest continuous 4th of July celebration in the country.
And that awesome.
We're pretty big deals, right?
Definitely.
By we, I mean me. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but I mean, that's a cool thing.
No, I know.
And
it is true. Yeah.
And I'm in my element at a good parade.
No, it is. I know. Well, and you come in, you come in solid on those tractors. I'm just like, and I love them. I love them, but I just don't know that. It just doesn't click. It doesn't, you know what I mean?
That just, I'm like, that's better than Christmas to me. It
I know,
really
I know.
is, I'm just like,
Taylor and I are coming up with trying to find something that just will blow your mind. I mean, we want to put something from some other country in there or something.
Yeah.
Just for you to say, oh, I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a first.
Awesome. Yeah. That'd be awesome.
I know. We're trying. We're trying. We can't find anything, What I mean?
It's funny. You guys are also kind about me and having my thing about.
Oh, I love it. No,
tractors, so,
that was a little, I guess, a little side note. And we've known each other forever, but like, I didn't realize how much you knew about tractors. I mean, like when you start peeling the, all that stuff out, I'm like, where did that come from?
I know about hugs and tractors. No, and that started.
I think you're more versed in the tractors. I want to say
that just started with, time with my grandpa, and then just appreciation for his appreciation and just things that get passed on.
But isn't it cool, like when you're learning from your grandpa and you spent that time, you weren't realizing that you were learning all that you were learning. I mean, right? I mean, like now you look back and realize I really know. I mean, like when you start saying all that stuff and peeling all that off, I mean, like you were really listening, you were observing, you were,
and it all came down to the fact that I loved him, and he loved talking about tractors and things and farming, but tractors. And it wasn't like learning. It was just like having a conversation with someone who I thought hung the moon.
Yeah, and you didn't realize that this will come into play. That I mean, you didn't realize that. Oh, I need to learn this stuff. This was actually he was teaching you life lessons, and you didn't even know it.
And I think he would enjoy.
Oh,
he would enjoy. He would. Yeah, he'd be listening to the broadcast saying, "Well, And I taught him that.
Yeah, that's me. Really that's me. That's me. That's me. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Well, so we're excited about that coming up. And I gotta say, I went and saw Elvis last night. Oh my goodness.
A good friend of mine, a good Walmart friend of mine. She went to see it and gave it, and she's not, and I know this sounds strange, but normally you're either not or you're a super fan. She's kind of in the middle, and she's liked his music and she liked his gospel stuff more than anything. But anyway, she went to see the movie, and she said it gave her a completely different perspective of like some of the things that, it was tough. He was an innovator.
Yeah.
But yet at the same time, it was very tough to be an innovator.
Right.
So
definitely.
Just his mindset, and that's was her perspective of, and she's done some more research just because of becoming a new fan, so to speak.
Well, I saw before I went on TikTok, there was a lady, and she was like talking. She just came out of the movie theater, and she was bawling. She was crying. She was like, "Oh, it was so good, so good, so good." So I thought, I didn't realize it would have that kind of reaction. So during the movie, I'm not doing any spoiler. You know what I'm saying? But like the music, you will just be like, you'll be jamming to the music. The music, of course, we love Elvis.
Yes.
But then at the end, it's sad because the end, and everybody just sat there like in the movie theater, you know what I'm saying? And then there were so many that were crying. I didn't cry, but it was definitely sad. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a sad moment. And it was, what was special for me was because my dad loved Elvis.
Yeah, my dad as well. Yeah.
And I don't think this is giving out anything, but there's a gentleman that Elvis starts off with. I don't want to spoil the work. Anyway, that came to the radio station years ago, and we have his signed autographs here. So I'm wondering if something, and I never did ask my dad what, but something really, like, he really loved Elvis. So I wondered if Elvis didn't somehow make an appearance either in the somewhere in the surrounding area.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when he was starting out,
Right?
And that's what years ago. That's how they would start out, is
Right.
going to radio stations,
Right.
or if there wasn't an appearance. I don't know. I never heard that there was.
Yeah.
But I know that actor that he.
But you wonder what triggered that spark.
Yeah.
The
actor or the singer that he toured with was here.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually promoted him, and so they were. So I'm just wondering if he was somewhere. I don't know.
That's interesting.
I know. And this is another cool thing. Was years ago Dad did a contest of. It was either Coke or Pepsi can or bottle lids, and if you were a Beatles fan, you sent in a Pepsi, and if you were a Coke fan, you sent in Elvis. And I couldn't remember which way it went, whether it was Coke and Beatles or Pepsi and Beatles. Anyway, but Elvis was, I will say this, I don't think this is a spoiler, he was drinking Coke. So it had to be Elvis with the Coke, the original, the first.
Yeah.
And then came the Beatles. You see what I'm saying? So they would have been Pepsi.
Yeah.
So anyway, he always said that, and the winner, of course, was Elvis. No one ever counted the caps because Dad said we just know Elvis won. You know, I mean,
that's good. I like that.
Yeah. So anyway, he was a big Elvis
he's
fan.
right. I mean, Elvis won.
Right? Yeah, and you kind of know the story.
Mm-hmm.
But and I love that it was blessed by. I mean, Lisa Marie gave it her blessing, and so did Priscilla. So you know that there had to be.
Yeah.
And of course, there were probably a little added on.
And it's a lot. It's a lot to be said, of course, for Lisa Marie and things like that. And one of her kids, like her Elvis's grandson, like looks so much like him.
Yeah.
And she looks a lot like her dad too.
I interviewed her. I got to interview her, and she's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh,
and she looks just to me,
yeah. And
beautiful.
But I think it's a testament to Priscilla that even though she was his ex-wife, and she wanted to, at the end, she wanted to have a legacy. She not only wanted a legacy, and I think some people, I saw an interview somewhere, and I know I'm not going to get 100% right, but the talk was she did want to, Graceland was, broke, basically what they had was his material, his music, the ownership and the rights to that. But one thing that she wanted not only was to have something for Lisa Marie and the family, but she even though through everything she thought Elvis's legacy was important enough that she's worked very hard to focus on all of the good stuff and to bring stuff back and to turn that profitable and open Graceland and things like that. And I think that's a testament to her. That she could have just been like, you know what, I'm his ex-wife, and but it was important, and it was also important to her for the stuff you hear at the end of his life. And like you said, we know what happened, but there was so much more positive and good things and amazing things, and he changed a lot of he changed music and brought stuff together in positive ways, and I think that's important too. Right.
But I think in real life, Priscilla is prettier, I think, than and not to take away from the actress, but I think Priscilla is absolutely gorgeous, and I think that she is, and I think she's absolutely stunning. And anyway, I thought she was anyway, but also in the movie, it portrayed her as also being very supportive. I mean, of course, at the end, she had issues, which, when someone you love, you can see things.
Yeah.
But, and I liked her supportiveness, and she was so young.
Yes.
So that was, it was cool to hear that story too. But I think what I like is there's so many people, and even younger generations, that know Elvis,
Yeah.
And this story, when they take the story, it's nice to see we get to know them even more for the younger ones too. I hope younger people come and see what exactly,
just the
all of that
variety of types of music that he appreciated and sang, and just they're impromptu, just, sitting around and just,
I don't think
singing a gospel song and then singing a blues song back to back,
I know, absolutely. And then go to rock and roll. I mean, you just you could do all three, within a concert. And I don't think, I've been to several concerts, you have too. And I don't think I've ever seen one that's generated that much fans just going crazy like that. I mean, right? I mean,
I don't think I have either.
Not
and
like, these girls were bawling, crying. I mean, trying to get on the stage, just, yeah. I mean, I've seen them.
The cape with all the sequins and the shape
Oh.
of an eagle. I mean, come on,
Dun,
think about
dun.
that. Like,
Oh,
that's an ultimate
yeah.
showman right there.
Yeah,
It's like,
you know it. Yeah.
and
yeah.
the thing about that was, people can't see, but I'm doing my Elvis.
Yeah, I know.
My,
You're gonna land a plane here.
my
There's
eagle
gonna be
cape.
there's gonna be a plane land.
But if Elvis did it, suddenly it was cool. I mean, who else could make those polyester bell-bottom jumpsuits?
Yeah,
down to your waist.
Which I love a jumpsuit.
Open. Yeah,
a jumpsuit is just a given because
you do.
I love jumpsuits because you got an outfit. It's so simple. I mean, it's right there. It's an outfit.
But I mean, Elvis.
I don't
Elvis
have the
really
wings.
brought showmanship, like in that they called him Elvis the Pelvis at the beginning. And
they did.
People were like, "Oh, you can't." I mean, there was when he started going on TV, they couldn't show him from the waist down.
I know.
And things like that.
I know.
Just think about how many like barriers and
that he
plowed through.
Yeah.
But,
and also it kind of and this is kind of the day we're living in. It kind of is a like there are people that in his life. Am I telling out too much? You think if I start telling a little bit of this, but it goes through the years and like you had I just went blank, but like different deaths that like Martin Luther King from Kennedy to there was like 3 or 4 deaths that really affected him, that he was very upset about, and that personalizing that. And I think that when all of those, I think people were very affected. And I wonder now, it seems like, do we still have that effectiveness? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like,
well, I think one thing about him, and granted, I haven't seen that movie, but I've seen, like I said, my dad was like your dad. It's like, Elvis, and there's things that were intriguing about Elvis, but I think he was not afraid to show compassion or to think certain subjects were important. Him being a Martin Luther King Jr. fan, and just really that the profound impact on him. I think Elvis took his way of dealing with that, in that he sprinkled into music. He started with, there was a lot of times that African Americans were not anything other than background singers, other than Motown, because Motown was created, for that. But he showcased the music, he showcased those performers and things like that. And I think that was kind of his way of kind of saying, well, I'm going to do something to continue this idea of, I think he really believed in the integration movement. And I think he really wanted that his idea of the country was a lot more accepting and I think I think Martin Luther King Jr. probably spoke to him because those were things that he believed in. I'm just guessing from other things that
well, in the movie too, like they'll, of course, I mean, I'm not really telling you anything because you obviously, just like, we talked about the TV, like trying to stay off of his, of his lower half and just try to keep it focused on, and they wanted him to change that. And right there, he was like, this is what I love. This is what I do. And I love that, I mean, what I'm saying? And he didn't conform to that. He did what he knew and what he enjoyed, So I think that's cool. So anyway, I say go see it and you will enjoy it.
I don't know if they addressed this in the movie and it maybe it's not important, but I did see a documentary that Elvis liked to use a lot of the Motown music because it was his way of paying them royalties and stuff to get their music out there, but also to help support them financially when not a lot of radio stations and other performers would.
Which anybody behind the scenes know that royalty fees are paid whenever somebody's playing their song or their music, and so that's
So I think that's pretty.
That would be that makes sense for sure. Well, and it was amazing how many people actually tried out for this. There were some really really outstanding actors that wanted, and of course, who wouldn't, right? Wouldn't that be something that'd be to me an ultimate landing. And then it showed him, like if you watch like the making of it too, like him trying to learn the moves and the dance. You know what I mean? How you slide your foot and like that. I mean those are some big dance moves.
the cape flare.
Oh, the
with
cape flare.
jumpsuit. I'm
That would
sorry.
be it. No,
I'm sorry.
that would be in
the
yeah.
song "Glory, Glory, Hallelujah,"
Oh,
and then
when he
him
does
turning
that
around
and just
and the
cape,
the
that
the
just
cape
like
with the eagle.
yeah,
That's America right there.
yeah.
4th of July coming up.
That right
Maybe
there.
I need one of those for my party.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
yes, that would be so awesome. Well, get me
Yes.
one too. Get two. So if you,
Yeah.
if you get one,
totally
get two. Yeah, because I've got to have one too. Because
Well,
I would
for
be
the
totally.
parade, we
I
totally should.
I would
have
be
that for
totally
parade.
jealous. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Speaking of that, I do want to say you have got some of the coolest shirts over here for the 4th of July,
Yes.
and you have this red, white, and blue Washington County.
The tie-dyed, the
I
two
am
different tie-dyed
so
versions.
loving those.
Yes.
How awesome
Yes.
is that?
I got one of each.
You should. Yeah.
So yeah, they're really cool.
Yeah.
They're really cool.
They're in the men's section, but you know what? You know,
It'll tied at the bottom.
Yeah. And then you have other ones that are the kind of the dry fit, that material that everybody likes. It feels a little cooler.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be hot, and that material is really good for.
And it dries quickly, even if you get a sprinkle, so you're not ruined.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're like, hey, I can do this. Yeah. But we've got we got the red, white, and blue tie-dyed, like Hawaiian shirt type deal going too. That's really good.
Okay, enough about the men's.
Yeah. Well, I know.
Let's talk about. You have bathing suits for $5.
Yes.
And those are really cute.
Yes.
I mean, there's a gold bathing suit and like I think it's like a burgundy. Like it's just, I was like $5.
And there's men's swim trunks for $5 and $6. Kids swim trunks.
Yeah.
Ladies swim trunks. Ladies bathing suits.
Yeah. And the cover ups, you got a lot of and the dresses. The dresses are just,
shoes are going. I mean.
Oh yeah.
Sandals, flip flops.
Oh yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. And a lot of it's rolled back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and so, and those, we've had a hard time keeping them in, but they're doing well. Is those rugged shark version of the Crocs? Those are amazing,
and they're so comfortable. Yes, you don't. So. Yeah, when you've got those on, you know,
it still is a little jarring to see the 16-year-old roll out in the neon yellow ones, and then everything else.
I love it. You can't lose him.
Neon, you know, it's like
in the dark, in the dark you see him coming though. You know what I mean? He cannot sneak up on you.
No. It's like, oh, okay.
But I like the brighter colors. You know, I think they're
and
they're fun.
And that's the thing. There's so many brands that are on trend.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Definitely.
But yeah, now's the time, and we've still got a lot of warm weather left.
Oh.
So get the summer clothes, get them on a good deal, and shorts, and there's all kinds of active wear for ladies that is like, you know, we got a lot of shorts, got a lot of time to wear that stuff.
Definitely. And not to mention all of the supplies you need for a party. When you go down, I'm trying to remember what the number of aisles they are. They're not too far from the registers there. They've got the aisles that's got all the 4th of July decorations that you need. And really cute
that's our seasonal pad. That's the Walmart lingo for that. That's the seasonal pad.
I've got to know that.
Where the arches of the balloons.
Yes, I love those. Yeah. And you walk down there and it makes you, I remember that movie, it makes you want a hot dog real bad. 4th of July. No, I mean, really, does it not?
Yes,
I mean,
it really does.
I mean, it screams 4th of July.
Yeah. And we have people say, well, so you guys we changed those balloons out. You know, they're themed, you know.
Is that Melissa that does that?
Melissa,
I know.
Yeah,
I know Melissa's work. She's so good at that.
She's amazing.
That's awesome.
But it just makes you walk in and you're like, hey, I'm ready to celebrate. But I was in the 4th of July aisle yesterday, picking up some last minute things, and it's like I noticed that stuff's on rollback, but there's a lot of great selection of really cool stuff that you don't have to spend a lot of money on.
No.
And it'll last. Just put it up and take care of it, and you'll get years of
Absolutely.
But and this is probably sappy, but you're in that aisle looking around, and for a moment you're just like, it's a proud moment to think, with all of our problems and things that go on, we're the greatest country in the world, and it makes you think of all the people that have sacrificed for us to be able to celebrate,
right,
and have fireworks and hot dogs and hamburgers and stuff.
Absolutely. And and the rumor is, and it is going down, gas is going down, by 4th of July will be 20 cents down. I'm hoping, I'm not trying to do fake news. I'm hoping that we continue doing that. Gas is going down a little, which is a little bit of a breath of fresh air. And of course, we know that there's going to be a lot of people that's going to kind of stay home and do celebrating. And this is, just a little bit of like that kind of stuff that's not very expensive to decorate. It's really, it means it's a lot of fun, you know, to do that.
And, I'm like you, gas prices are too high. However, going to try to be positive about it. 20 cents, 15 cents, that's impactful.
Absolutely.
And so I'm just going to be appreciative that, what they drop, and let's hope that comes. But it's one of those things that it 4th of July, there's something about the 4th of July that people just want to celebrate. And of course, it's obviously about our independence and things. But in general, I think even last year, things got loosened up. But more people can find common ground and stand shoulder to shoulder and be proud of the country, regardless of what you believe in, what political beliefs, what personal beliefs, or whatever, to celebrate the independence of our country.
Yeah.
And I think that's a cool thing about the 4th of July to me.
I agree.
It's like, who cannot smile when you're shooting off fireworks?
I know that. Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Ooh, ahs, all the oohs, the ahs, ooh, ah.
Or the oh no.
Oops. You don't want to. Those are things you do not want to hear.
Yes.
Oops.
So I do have a random funny story about fireworks. So you've got to make sure that you're mindful of all your surroundings and who are helping, because it's never a good thing to look up and you all of a sudden say to the person next to you, "Is that your 14-year-old kid setting off fireworks over there?"
No, things you do not want to hear. Yeah. Oh no.
Well, yes, it is. We'll have a brief pause. Give me the lighter.
Somebody grab that 14-year-old.
It's like, wait.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of funny. Those are the things that make the party fun.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So. And I think that's funny because, not funny, but it's true because actually some of the different 4th of July weekend is a reminder to keep it safe. Some of firework injuries are actually, they're up 32% since 2012, partly because parents don't keep a close eye on their kids. How apropos for me to find this, right? How on target
I won't
was
name names, but
yeah.
It was funny.
Okay, somebody's not watching their kid. Okay, wait, hang on, hold on. And okay, also you gotta hear this. I'm not making this up. I found it real quick. Okay, so firework injuries are up, and most of them are not keeping an eye on the kids. The most at-risk group is teens between 15 and 19. Right?
Right under the curve.
Right under there.
Yeah.
There you are. There you are.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2 injury is grilling. Injuries are up 18%. Tell Pop, be careful. Little kids are.
But you get more grilling injuries from gas grills than from charcoal.
Oh yeah, because
of the explosion factor.
Ooh.
And the gas grills, it's once you get a grease fire going with gas grill, it's harder to put it out.
Right, and heat-related deaths.
Well,
these are the 3. This is the 4th of July weekend, so here's a reminder to stay safe. They're up 56% in the last 3 years alone. I didn't realize that. You would think that people with all the water and the things we've learned, people at the high risk with heat stroke are babies, young kids, and seniors 85 and up. And that's something too. You really, babies and young kids too.
Yeah.
Really.
And drink water before you feel like you're thirsty.
Yeah.
If you know you're going to be outside, go ahead and drink that bottle of water before you get out there.
Yeah. So I think that honestly, like the like you said, the day before too, like start like, you know what I mean? So make sure.
I've started hydrating.
Yeah, I'm hydrating too. I'm hydrating. I carry, I have a gallon jug of water I carry. And I am supposed to have it drank. I never get that finished by the end of the night. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be, it's my all day goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everybody's like, what is that?
I have a bottle that tells you at certain times, that you're supposed to drink down to that thing.
Yeah.
So depending on the day, I may just go ahead and drink it all the way down because I know that I'm going to substitute that for a Coke Zero.
It's going to happen. I know.
So, and then there's some days that I look at that bottle at 1:30 in the afternoon and go, why are you taunting me? It's still full, So, yeah.
Greg will say, do you want a Pepsi or water?
Yeah. The fact that you have to ask.
You know what I want. Yes. Yeah. All right. What's the weirdest ice cream topping you've ever tried? Bradley.
I don't know about weird. Well, something that's not common, but it's very good is I like crumbled bacon on ice cream.
Oh my gosh.
It's not necessarily weird, but
no, salted like a kind of a salty bacon, like
yeah. Because if you take
what
vanilla
about those
ice
cupcakes
cream,
you have over there?
oh yeah, and the
I tell
donuts,
everybody
too,
about
yeah.
those. Yeah.
So if you take ice cream and put crumbled up bacon and then caramel sauce on top, you get sweet and salty. Thank you. You're welcome. Facts. Use them as you wish, right?
There you go. Go now, explore.
I'm trying to think.
Grasshopper, teach us.
There was. Oh, I do know.
You know we're on radio. You don't pause, okay?
Yeah.
Dead
Sorry.
Dead air.
I was like, oh God.
You're scaring me, Bradley.
I know. Wait, I had a moment. No, I did. I went to a wedding, and so they had all kinds of fancy desserts.
Yeah.
But they had, you know how they do the spinach or kale that they make it crunchy. It's almost like freeze dried, but it's crunchy and got stuff on it. They had mint ice cream with that.
Oh.
However they make that, and it was kale mint ice cream.
You sure it wasn't seaweed?
Yeah, well, probably. But it was mint and kale like turned into those little crunchy whatever things, and I think that was kind of weird to me. And lemongrass was on it too.
Ooh, now I do love lemongrass.
Yeah, but that was kind of because I'm
that seaweed stuff. Have you ever eaten
my ice cream toppings are normally not this healthy.
Have you ever? I know. No. I know.
But like I don't know what the process is to make them crunchy like that.
Right. But have you ever eaten that seaweed stuff?
Yes.
Like, okay, like, hang on. No, I went on this health kick and I got a bunch. And I thought, of course,
those little seaweed snacks.
Yes. But I always think like more is going to be better for you. I'm going to become like just the healthiest if I eat more. And it started just like growing in my mouth. Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
It's like, and
expands like a sponge.
When I go to the ocean now, I don't even open my mouth. I'm scared of that. I'm scared that it's coming for me.
Yeah.
It's like
seaweed
horrible.
Smoothie.
No,
Just because they have it doesn't mean you need to try it.
Try it. There you go. Okay, so here are what some people said that they have tried before. Okay, and this is true. Okay, they've taken polls. Okay, they've done the survey. Onions on ice cream, chicken on ice cream.
Well, I know someone who does chicken and waffles and ice cream instead of syrup.
I've never heard of that.
They make like a sundae out of that. So
that's different.
Yeah, I've never tried that.
Avocado.
No.
Garlic powder.
No.
Coffee grounds. I don't, and I'm a coffee drinker, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about
mocha ice cream is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bacon bits. There you go. Yeah. Now we could do that. Definitely. Beets.
Why?
Can you imagine how pretty that would be, though? Beets are gorgeous. You want beets on your table, regardless if you're going to eat them or not. Beets are beautiful. Are they not?
But it would look like they were bleeding all over your vanilla ice cream.
I know, but like beets are just beautiful.
Okay,
I'm not saying to put them on your ice cream. I'm just saying beets in general on a table. If you're making the feast that we're supposed to be having later today.
Yes.
Green beans on ice cream?
No.
Mm-mm. Wonder if they use like the thin green ones or the thick,
Got me some Shelly beans on there.
Squid ink. What is squid ink?
Squid ink is. It's that.
I don't know anything about it.
It's a defense mechanism. So when someone's going after a squid and octopus, that's the same thing. And they release that.
Oh, I remember on Nemo. Oh, I inked myself. You made me ink myself.
Yes. But I just saw. Funny you say this. I just saw a show called Carnival Eats, and they have it's something, but it makes the ice cream black, and they use the squid ink in there. It has no flavor to it. It doesn't flavor anything, and it makes the ice cream black. And they were doing a midnight something, and the guy said it's really good, and it's in ice cream. It's more of an aesthetic thing, or to get a color that you want to do if like you're doing a Halloween party, because it's like that black, dark blue.
I hate to even ask this, but how would you get the ink?
They sell it.
No, okay, you have the octopus. Would you scare him?
Well, it's farm raised stuff, and they take it's just like
how would you milk it? How would you milk it?
I don't know, but it's just like how they take rattlesnake venom and stuff like that, But I don't know.
Remember the Fockers? Yeah. You can milk anything, Brad. I just want to know. No, how would you get that? How would you harvest the ink? And okay,
There's people that do that and sell it, and apparently it works. But I've seen.
Okay, we're not letting
ice
this.
cream.
Okay, we're gonna find out more about this. Okay,
Yes,
I don't know. I don't know if I should Google it or not. I don't know if
Yeah.
that would be. Net Nanny might not let me look at it. But anyway, I want to know how in the world
It looked really dark. And
Okay.
It looked really good.
Okay, and hang on. Okay, let me ask on this one. Okay, I've got more questions. If it is used as a defense mechanism for the octopus, okay, then it has to have something that's probably not that good for you.
It's
right?
just a cloud. It's just to. It's
Okay,
just
so
to
what
kind
he
of-
so there's nothing like I thought maybe like
No, it doesn't repel anything. It just makes it dark so they can't see you escape. It's like a smoke screen when you like haven't you seen all the action movies where they throw that? Batman even uses them.
Oh
he does
yeah, I know
so
that,
you
but
can't see.
I've never
It's
seen
the same
it.
thing
Hold
only
up
in
an
water.
octopus and
You got to
squirt
have
it.
something in water to do the same thing. It's a ink screen, smoke screen, ink screen.
But I still think there's a chemical probably in there that, I mean, I don't know. I would think there has to be a chemical. I guess not. Just pure. So you could make a synthetic.
Granted,
I guess make it
this
man-made.
stuff was made at a fair. Anyway,
there's no rules at the fair.
No.
You know what I mean?
But it looked really good. And
Yeah.
he said
No, I think it would.
it tasted like ice cream and everything. It was really cool.
Yeah. I'm only okay. I'm not judging what you've watched.
Oh no, I was all in.
Very
I was
much.
Like, hey.
And if you're really wanting to throw a cool party, wouldn't that be cool around Halloween?
Yes.
That'd be really cool. I've never heard of that. I'm gonna have to look it up. Okay. Mayonnaise on ice cream.
Oh.
Ketchup on ice cream.
No, thank you.
No, I don't think so. No.
Bacon was the only.
Yeah, that would be my. Yeah. Well, you were tempted a little bit by beets.
Yeah, that'd be intriguing because I love beets.
Yeah,
I really do. One thing too is there's a show on TV called The Lost Kitchen, and she puts flowers on everything. She's in Maine.
Oh.
Maine, yeah, and she puts flowers on everything and on all of her desserts. It doesn't matter if it's a cake, ice cream, pie, or whatever. It's like there's like little edible flowers on everything.
Oh, I love that.
So I don't think that's weird, but it's just like funny because it's not normal. But
yeah, and I think
she does a lot of lemongrass stuff.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. I would love that. No, I think that to me, and I love the presentation. The presentation alone would be, what I mean?
Yeah.
So they took a poll, Brad, and this would be good, kind of fun to do at a 4th of July party. They ask a group, they did some surveys here and who was the first president? Only 13 or roughly 1 in 8 people, they did not know. It was George Washington. Okay. What did the Declaration of Independence do? 78% knew it declared our independence from Great Britain. 9 thought it freed slaves. 7% said it declared our independence from France. 6% said it gave a woman right to vote. Do you know anybody that falls in that 6%? Okay.
I hope.
We're not naming names.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3. Okay.
Well, it's funny because the question is, the guy walks up. So what did the Declaration of Independence do?
Well, and let's say that your mind's on something.
May or may not have declared our independence.
Okay, but hang on. Also, like if
No, there's no okay, but hang on.
Trying to make people feel better.
I know.
Okay, at what age can you vote for a president? They asked. Only 80% knew it was 18 years. 3% said 16. 9% said 21. 7% said 35.
What age do you have to be to run for president?
Okay, some of the people might have misread the question. 35 is the minimum age to be a president.
Yeah.
That's
what made me think of that when you said 35.
Yeah, so that probably confused. You can see a little bit of. We're justifying.
I'm on their side with you. I'm with you now.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
People can. It's all in the inflection of the question.
What are 2 rights for everyone living in the U.S.? 86% got it right. The correct answer was freedom of speech and freedom of religion. But 4% think it's freedom to disobey traffic laws is one of them. I think that's just trying to be funny. Okay, number 5, who was Ben Franklin? The correct answer is a U.S. diplomat, but 21% thought he was a 3rd president and 4% chose inventor of the airplane.
Okay.
Da, 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 da. We need to do a little bit of work here. You know what I mean? There's some work cut out for our history teachers, right?
Yes.
For sure.
Who is buried in Grant's tomb?
I know. Oh, Groucho Marx there.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah. That was
Cary Grant. Not
my dad thought that
Grant.
was, he was just, he talked about him all the time. Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
And it's so funny, his on screen persona and real life persona. You know, what was the show he hosted? What was it?
Say the word. No. We
had
watched
the
it. My mom
bird
would
that
watch it
dropped
too. Yeah. Say the lucky word. Remember, it'd be to tell the truth. No. What was?
Oh, gosh. Anyway.
Okay. Well, I know it'll come to us.
Yeah.
It'll come to us later.
Yeah.
It was while we're feasting, while we're eating our turkey legs.
That's the Weatherbird's cousin.
Yeah.
Was the one
I want like a
dropped
wreath on my head. You know what I mean? So if we're gonna do a big feast, you know what I mean? Like the Henry VIII.
Yes. Yeah. And there's a reason that they wore like loose fitting clothing.
Oh,
and
buffet pants.
Totally
Buffet pants. Yeah, you gotta wear. Yeah.
Just wrap a sheet around me because I'm eating.
Toga.
I am eating.
Absolutely. Going back to that, I do want to say that I got some ideas for the and this is so cool, and I've got to tell this because I think this is just, and I want everybody to make sure that they have it. If they do, you've got these cups, and they're really cool. Actually, like I have one daughter that's like almost obsessed. Like she has to go through the cup aisle. You know what I mean, to see if there's any new cups. But this is a big cup, and you can put like your drink, like say whatever your soda is or whatever, in the bottom part, and then at the top part is like a holder. Like, so it works out really good. Like you can, and I've seen them do like charcuterie boards. Am I saying that right? Charcuterie. You know how I have trouble with that word.
Meat and cheese tray.
Yeah, meat and cheese tray. Yeah. Lunchable. It's lunchable. You know, you can put a lunchable on top, you know what I mean? And do this and like for your guest. And I think that's so cool because then they can sit and they have their like soft drink or their drink of choice underneath. And then